Hello and welcome to One Way, where we go one way, and that is west. I think that's west. It is. Alright. We arrived at this village, and I thought this was a pointless building. It's just going to be a little hard to get to, but... yeah, it was. I was right. I should have just went with intuition there. Anyway... this is done on a phone. You might hear clawing and scratching noises to make certain maneuvers happen, otherwise it's held at a wide stance to avoid that. But it comes at the cost of precision, like walking into trees, buildings, pits of death like last episode. And speaking of, 4 episodes in a row where we have died at least once. Can we finally break the curse? That would be great. I'd like to not die every single episode. It tends to help move the game along a lot better. And... okay, so... okay, we didn't get the bed, or we did, and I just... we can do one trade. We hit the right button, might help. Alright. We need one more bed, and we do have the smithy that we did not check out because we ran out of time. And it falls through the floor. One more bed. I know 1 is a big number. And micro jumping, we do not like that. Alright, let's just check our... okay, we're good with the, and we can get rid of that, and 2 more to fully fill that out. Alright, let's get 1 more bed, and we can move the player, and we start this crap. Got plenty of places to go here. Plenty of places to grab a bed. There it is. Alright, the rest of it is moot. We don't really need it because they're not going to have anything we don't already have. So can we finally break that curse? And funny thing is, every time I mention it, we die even sooner than the last time. And so far, so good. It is a Thursday. It is raining. It's not supposed to rain the whole day, but haven't we heard that one before? So, my hours have been severely cut, and... my boss is a little liberal with the schedule, so I'm deciding 5:30 to 2 is my work day with of course, the half-hour lunch. I see a forest that I do not like, therefore I know that, well, actually we'll just go this way till we know that this is coming to an end, which it is. One more that way, yeah. That's good enough. Alright. 2 positions that way. Alright, that was not a death pit, which is good. We like not having death pits. And we like water. This is a drone nearby. Which, bad. And we know that In the opposite direction is the roof force, which we know is a bad thing. Especially out this far. Fighting monsters is just practically impossible. And that's turning into crap, but over here, not so much. Once we get to 7,388,608, we are less than 1,000,000 blocks away from the last normally traversable block. And that was the word I was trying to figure out. I was trying to think of that word and I couldn't. And of course, there's a giant mountain in the way. I hate when the game sputters like that. I would rather it, like on Windows 10, just act normal and delay the block breaking action. It actually makes it a lot easier to play. Alright, now, as long as we don't fall off the edge. Move the player. Good. And a little more this way. And I thought we might get a little more help that way, but we don't. But we can do this. Break. Yeah, we can break. Perhaps the break button means that. Not micro jumping would be even better. Break. And my finger slipped a little bit, so can't say the jump button failed me. I failed it. Yeah, we didn't need that. Yeah, the old once bitten, twice shy thing. Right. Slow down greatly when I can see something that looks like a possible pit or a drop. Because then we get too comfortable and then we get daring and then have another one of those stupid deaths. So as I said, when we get closer, I tend to pay more attention to the mathematical glitch, because when they come, the next one, 8,388,608. That is the last block in the Western movement where we can move as we are. There is no normal navigation from there onward. Well, at that point, there is. In a positive direction, it would be. We can change that out. $8,388,607 For a minute, I thought I saw a roofed forest, which we don't want. But we do want to sleep here, because progress. I want to check our wood count, which is kind of craptacular. Oh, wow, that worked out. If we have to make beds from a village drought, and that one disappeared, but yeah. First, junk, then this, which makes okay, we need this to go away. That is not happening. Go away. And we're not getting any help. That is exactly where I don't want to be. Board the boat. No. Nope, that's not where I want to be. Board the boat. Turn it this way. That's better, I think. No. It keeps putting me in the wrong place. This is not helpful. No, up. There we go. We needed to move the player. Not going to help. What I think I'll do, if I remember to do it, is we're going to cut through that tree. But right now, we need to make a place so that we can call this segment good. And hopefully we'll remember that we are in a good spot. And of course, the boat is to ensure that we don't fall through the world and die, because if we're not on an exact half block increment, that's what will happen. And the boat being bigger than the block, we're safe. If we awake from a sleep and quit, we're fine because we're placed on an exact half block increment. So, we're safe. See you whenever, knowing how things go with the weather. I don't know if the 10 o'clock will be ruined too. So, see you whenever it is. We're back. And yes, we want to be under this tree. And it looks like timing is kind of crap. No, it isn't, because there's the sun. So what I need to do right now is get rid of this, and we get the one block that we actually aimed for. So let's just make things slightly better. We're kind of okay at this point. Yeah, what did we get? Garbage we don't need. So, gone. Could have handled that better. Damn. Keep collecting junk. Well, since we got some junk, we might as well just break these and collect more junk. This way. Like this, and get rid of that again. Actually, that's not looking very promising, so. Yep, over here. Oh, put it in the right block, dummy. Good enough. And more junk. Oh, we don't need to do that, but we do need to do this. And get rid of junk again. This time there's not a micro ledge that easy to walk, drift off of and die like last time. And micro jump, good. I really didn't want to move. Like right now. And a project village, which we will not be visiting because that's going to take way too much time to try and get to. And we're jumping. Okay, hit the jump button. That might help a little bit. Okay, now jump. There we go. And that happened. So let's hurry. Good. Now we can just thrash the jump button, and there we go. Out of the mess. And we can go right back. And we can move the player. Yeah, this isn't working. There we go. And keep going. And a little bit of an inlet, but it comes to an end at this point. Well, that works. Sort of. And it's just keeps on going. Yeah, like I was going to be able to clear that. Yeah, see, I don't want to go that way. We're going to turn. And that's not going to work. Like anything. Nope, I don't want to place. I want to break blocks. Or better yet, jump. Break. Pressing. Nice jump. And we still got it anyway. All right, we're blocked that way. Nice jump. That could have done something. We're trying to avoid the jungle because there's a dark spot and there's bad things in there. Which I saw, so I know it's there and I know it's real. Thanks for not jumping. It's not like I wanted to advance. Move the player. Jumping. Get rid of this junk and that junk. Yeah, we can move the player. That's even better. Lousy cave system over there. Okay, actually, you did what I wanted, but a little too much. Now move the player the other way. There you go. Bad. This way. There we go. Jumping, not placing, jumping. Quite different. Can we move? Can we move? All right, this is what I want to do. I want to get rid of the junk. The junk goes away. Because break's almost over. Place the boat. And I don't know how well this is going to work. The timing kind of stinks, but that's the way it is at times. It's clearing up. It's supposed to stop raining. Haven't we heard that story quite a few times before? See you whenever is yet again. Now we're back. Sun's about to set. The rain is happening. And we can move the player. And place the bed here and sleep. Hopefully we're good. If it's going to rain, do it then. Nice jump. Glad the jump button worked again. All we have to do is jump when the jump button is pressed. The game can't do that. And needless to say, lunch got rained out because it just never stops raining. Well, at least we're getting some distance. It's the only good thing about it. Alright, I see the ocean goes that way, but I see it also goes that way, and that the latter is where we're going because we're trying to get closer to the equator so that we have ever so slightly better accuracy. It's almost so insignificant at this point, but nope, we want to get off. Alright, hopefully, we went a little far there. Hopefully this actually lets us bypass and, well, at least a little further in. And, oh, that's good. Any continuation is good. Alrighty, so this is a good spot to get off. Nope, what? That's better. Break. We'll just break these just to build up the dirt block count a little bit. That was pretty good. And no progress here, but we could also do this without the micro jumping. 100% better answer. And again, boat time. So this is the lunch break that's now getting rained out by a small cell that has to be over us at the very wrong time. But we get that much closer, and maybe in this episode, we'll cross that point where there'll be less than 1 million blocks to go in the traversable zone. Right now we're just a little under 30,000 blocks from that point. Barring yet another death, which seems to be a thing every episode. Hopefully this will be the first one that breaks it. But barring the deaths, we should be able to get there. Or we could have things go right and recover quickly, like we kind of did this time. And that. Now, if the sun were setting, this would be good, because outside of any exposed lush caves that could be within the Mushroom Islands, no monsters spawn here. And in the water that's got the brown tint. And the island ends there. And there's another one. Very rare that they show up twice in a row. Although that one was small. 7360. Not very exciting, but second fastest way to our objective. That fastest, of course, being when the ocean is frozen over. And there's the sun. Reheat. Okay, yeah, that wouldn't work because the hot bar was in the way. Just gonna wait for that to touch here so I can go to bed here. There it is, and there's the sleep. kid, why are we whacking? And away we go. And being lunch, I gotta keep an eye on the clock, because if we go long, I lose money, which is bad. Especially since overtime has been squashed, which makes it very hard to make anything. Makes it hard to do anything, you know. I see a village. We need 3 more. And move the player. Nope, more than that. Or bed. Or bed. It's all full. Again, we can now move the player. We can move the player. Unfortunately for you, I do not need you. Nope. Pressing. Great, I touched the bed, so now we can't use that one. Oh, if we only needed that. We're pressing X now. Not going to go back for a single piece of bread, though. Somehow that actually worked. Yet I can't make it work this way. Good. In that spot. Yep. Nope, not what I wanted. How about place? Place. All right, we'll go up a little further. Yep, move the player. Move the player. All right, so this way. Nice jump. Literally had the finger on the button. Nice jump. I had it right again. It was right on the button. That's just my lovely luck. And we move the player. Let's to vary things up a little bit. And our last sleep, because we are going to run out of time soon. Eat the food. And of course, every now and then I do slide over. I do this a little bit so we make the big number bigger. All right, and move the player. We're getting pretty close to having to call it quits for the day. And I think this is supposed to be the only bad day. Well, of course, washer dryer phase day is supposed to also be bad, because how else would it work? How are we doing with stone? Not too good, so. Break. 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 How about break? Pressing. All right, we are in a actually pretty good spot to call it quits, because place, there we go. Lunch is over, so this is over for now. And a nice round number, 73,640. Anyway, see you whenever next time is. We're back. Washer dryer phase. About 40% of the way through today's, or should I say this episode. That would be the correct thing. Not today's adventure, although it will end today. But there's been a couple of days that the weather stunk, so kinda got a little bit of a push. And it looks like that we may get to the less than 500,000 block point. Not less than 500,000, less than 1,000,000 block point to the last traversable block. Once we get to 7388, 608, we're a million blocks away from that point. Then less than once we cross over that point. And very likely to be happening. So the question is how many of that million can we chip away at by the end of this run, assuming all goes well, which we know has not been a thing in the past 4 episodes. All bad streaks come to an end, so let's hope that that whole bad case scenario has ended for a while. Some dust on the screen that blew off. Can we go this way? I don't know. Okay, it looks like we do have an opening over here. The terrain itself doesn't look terribly bad. A river flowing through it is not bad either. However, it is not going in the correct direction now. But we're also looking at terrain that isn't all that bad. And a lake. And it would have helped if I were somewhere near the jump button there. Oh, almost made it. Alright, we're gonna have to break something and continue on. Alright, now we gotta eat. Okay, we're doing the whole micro jump, which is not acceptable. Can't move the player if we're micro jumping. Micro jump bad. Move the player. Good, now we can put down a bed, place. Yeah, place bed. Alright. Yep. No. Actually, that works. I hate these lakes. They're just disruptive. If they led to a river, that would be fine. See, that's just a river that leads to a lake. Nice jump. Although, yeah, again, I missed. Nice jump. And that landed too far that time, but whatever. Wait a minute. We're heading the wrong way. I got turned around. Well, here we go again. I thought something seemed a bit off. Nope. Exit. Now let's try this again. Nice jump. Again, I missed it, so whatever. Of course, in the wrong position as usual. Now let's try to actually go in the right direction. Once I got to the water, I needed to check to see which way we were really going. I waited till then. Something seemed off, but I didn't want to distract myself from that point. Now we should be making progress. And no, this is not going to help. So over here, and over here. Okay, player moves. There, now we're going to board the boat. Now we're making progress. Heading in the right direction. Minor setback. I mean, there was a time before, I think somewhere between 1 and 2 million, where I spent about 10 minutes heading in the wrong direction and never paid attention to that fact. And it took like a sleep and a half worth of time to regain what was lost. And we don't want the roof forest. Birch we can deal with. Wrong position. Thing is that I could reboard the boat, but it's just going to plot me in this same exact X coordinate. Keep going. Alright, that's good enough. We just wanted to get out of the thick woods there. So I am doing the washer dryer phase on the correct day, but early. Because, yeah, I felt like it. Plus, there wasn't too much in the YouTubes I wanted to watch anyway. Plus, I wanted to do more large projects in the 50th birthday world, that is not a series that I have stopped doing. It's just, as I've said before, everything I'm doing is a mega project. And I have put some recordings together of one of those mega projects and showed you progress of another mega project, which I think I'm going to tie together as the series. In that series, that these two mega projects are more or less connected, shall we say, in some ways literally. At least something to somewhat look at, although if it was a little higher up it would be easier to see, so it's not hidden under the translucency of the ocean. But at least it's something to look at as we traverse the wide, vast openness. See it much closer now, we can see stuff. Although you see more terrain features if it's lower. But again, the level of detail kind of disappears the lower it goes down. Oh, we're less than 20,000 blocks. Here we got Mesa. Yeah, I still call it Mesa. Although to be fair, people do call the real Mesa the Badlands. So I mean, technically, calling it the Badlands isn't really incorrect. They were trying to, Mojang at the time was trying to delocalize a land feature. Alright, so we'll break these, make ourselves a place to sleep. How many do we have there? Okay, we can do that. Put the bed over at the edge. Oh yeah, that's not going to work. I want my empty hand free, empty slot open, so my hand is free. And away we go again. All I know is upon some of the testing that I have been doing, when we do hit the last traversable block, gameplay's going to change quite a bit. Also, I think we're going to spend maybe 1 or 2 episodes actually preparing to cross over that line once we reach it. But right now, let's just concentrate on getting there, if we get there. I mean, there are times that have been so bad that I've risked losing the game by taking the bed that I spawned in and moving it. If I have removed it and died, then there would be no known spawn location, and the game would put me back all the way at spawn, near 0. And yeah, that'll mean game over. There have also been times that I placed down a bed and accidentally removed it. Although nothing bad has happened, but I have got a little smarter in that and just placed the bed back down and tap the bed several times to be sure that it sets, because there have been instances, it may be a bug that was fixed, but there have been instances where I've set my spawn, and even though it was perfectly valid, it somehow wasn't. So I mean, if the game glitches out where I have made a legit spawn and it respawn point and somehow it is not, doesn't exist, or we're getting to that point pretty soon where we're gonna purge the world, so once it gets to a gig it starts to sputter a lot. So there's all sorts of things that could go wrong that are bugs of the game, and that won't be acceptable. If I mess up and wind up back at the beginning, then that's my own problem, and that's game over. I'm not taking an L if the game is going to screw up. Which is why every week when I make the videos, I back up the world, just in case something were to happen to it. Like several instances, if you've been watching, you may notice that twice after a world purge, the map got all messed up. And if you were watching the last episode, you saw that I was traversing a very small land bridge and did not successfully traverse it, wound up falling into a ravine and dying. We've had a somewhat similar incident earlier where 2 chunks were corrupted and I had to traverse the same narrow bridge and successfully had. Although the math error was, I think we're in the 2.1 million math error, so it was, we were moving in quarter steps in our westerly travels instead of half steps, which we are doing now. Well, we were making some good progress. Just looking for a space that we can just get off. I guess. I didn't really get a good look. Blind faith, and yeah, not exactly good, but could be worse. Oh, it wasn't too bad. We can jump. That time my finger was on the button. It just decided not to do it. Sometimes when I jump up, it surprises me that it's actually going to... Alright, that's not a roof of a village. That's moving too fast, meaning it's too close, and it was too small. Therefore, not a village. Okay. Yeah, all I had to do was jump, and it did, so let's save that issue. Nice jump. Whoa, stop. Alright, I mean, that wasn't death, but that wasn't good either. We can jump. We can jump. Alright, we gotta jump. Oh, we gotta stop there. One position to the left, please. I mean, we were... I don't trust you. I mean, to the right is not a, no, stick. Need stick. Stick. Alright, this is bad, so... See, this is what I should have done before. Now it's safe. We wouldn't have died that day if we'd just done that. And we probably would be almost less than 1,000,000 blocks away from the final traversable block. Which, I mean, we're pretty close to anyway, but... in the grand scheme of things, it probably would have been a 1% difference. But it takes a while to do that 1%. Which is 10,000 blocks. And we got mountain, but it is one of those more gradual ones, which can be okay. Alright. Bed. Sleep. or we can grab the bed. So I'm going to say if I can gain control, which apparently is not letting me do, if I can jump and it's like a 2-block drop, and I do so that as we drop down, the player still moves. If it's more, sometimes I misjudge it and, Dave Grohl it, but when I know it's a bit steep, I will just let the fall happen, which that's not what I meant by letting a fall happen. Not a big deal there. Okay, again, not a pit of death, which is good. This I don't know. What am I looking at? You can move the player. We can move the player. Move the player. Alright, it's a little better this way. Sword. Break. Just getting some more blocks, plus need to traverse this anyhow. I see sky, that usually means, and it does, water. Bad. Yeah, usually not bad, but water doesn't move us fast enough. We have to be moving faster than 5 blocks per second, which the water will not carry us that fast. Therefore, we would get stuck. I mean, we could move north and south just fine. I was gonna say, go in the slip. It's a lot easier. And we can move. We can move the player. Okay, it looks like it continues this way. Are we over enough? No, we're not. I see an opening over there. Yeah, a little more. Alright, so... Okay, this goes this way. And the washer has stopped, but I want to set myself up for something. I thought I was in better shape. Alright, that's not a death drop. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to sleep the night off and get ready for dryer phase. And go. Alright, good enough. Plop. Goes here. Goes there. See your dryer phase. And we're back. Dryer phase. Alright, so about maybe half the video is over right now. So, you know, even when it runs long, dryer phase is actually the big one. Usually spanning between 2.5 hours. Because home dryers take forever compared to laundromats. Which, of course, for, well, those that have been watching know. But since there's a lot of people that are discovering this, this was a time kill at laundromats. So it became a thing that I would just do this to kill time, waiting for my laundry to be finished, and almost totally useless. Almost. How many beds do we need? A ton. Fortunately, this building has 4. Doesn't mean I'm gonna... Nope, I want jump. I don't need it. And move the player. Now, where are we standing at? 3 to go. And move the player. Yeah, why not? Here. Just in case there's bread in here, we'll eat 2 of them. Well, no. Too bad I don't need your services. And finally, Dewey. There. Alright, a little more this way. There's a little more running room here. Alrighty, so let's try and get there. 13,000, a little more than 13,000 blocks. easier to go this way? Oh, definitely easier to go this way. Well, I didn't see the water going there. I mean, I knew it was safe at least. And that's going way out of the way over there. I think this is as far as we're getting. So, a little backtracking. I saw the sheep, but I didn't care for it. Alright, nope, we're not going to do that. We're going to do this. And we are going to jump a little more. And we're moving the player. That was a bit much. Okay, that's not going to help us. Can't move. How are we on the wool now? 55. 63 is our optimum number. Okay, we can go. Alright. I was hoping to reach the shore, but I didn't. And there we go. maybe we want to go this way. That closed up all of a sudden. Okay, looks like either way isn't going to work. And we're at that 256 magical number. Where things get further complicated. Although not horribly, but enough to make things go wrong if it were to. Yeah, supposedly it's a bug where you can run over one block gaps. I decided to take advantage of that and it worked out. A little more this way. There, now we're completely by that ravine. Alright, we could just move instead. Okay, why are we not letting me move? There it is. Another village. I don't know if we can get up there. I don't think I actually see a way. No. Yeah, because either way, if I get off by one, I am at a landing and we can move from here. Let's see how many. We got 56 of these stone things, so let's swap her over. Pretty much looking for smithies at this point. Okay, that's not a smithy over there. We can move. Nice jump. Alright, we have a 1 bed deficit, so there, clear that one. and move the player. Okay, we're ducking again. And stick. Going through a fjord, that's a bit risky. Might be a long climb up ahead. Might mean we have a river to follow and get out of it. It's both happened. These diagonals kind of stink because I'm going to waggle the boat because, again, the 5 block per second minimum barrier we have to cross. Which is one of the reasons why it's not the last traversable block just a little over 1 million away is important because we can only move in increments of single whole blocks at any given time. But that also counts as the precision as to where you are in the world. And being that the player is much smaller than 1 block, the game cannot mathematically find you. You fall through the world and die. So you have to be in something or riding something that is at least a block in size or bigger. Like horse. Horses work. Actually, we can go this way. Yeah, that didn't do much for us. And we can jump. Funny, I hit the exact same spot twice. It jumped the first time and it failed to jump the second time. That was a bad jump. Jump. Okay, move the player. Nope. Well, I was trying to go for food. Gave me the inventory instead. Eat. Then we want to put a bed there. And stick. It seemed like it wanted to get up there and it didn't. Yep, jumping. might be why. Really? Alright, we are 10,000 blocks away from that million to go. Yeah. Yep, pressing. Alright, now ducking will help. Yep, place the block. Fortunately, we're in duck mode, and I'm far away from inadvertently de-triggering that, so we can place the block, place the block, place the block, place the block. Same thing as always. I wonder if it's the lag in the game. Place the block. Alright, I didn't hit the screen there, so. Oh, and we're out of those. Place the block. You know what would be nice is that this just ends. We don't have to deal with... Okay, so... and we can grab the stick. Yep, I want to move, so let's make the impossible. Let's make it impossible. And we can move the player. We can move the player. Oh, there's a fjord over here, so unfortunately the direction we want to go is not providing a way out. And neither is this way. Yeah, like that was going to do anything. Okay, now we need to be able to move the player. Alright, I would like to be able to move the player. That is a thing that is needed. We need to be able to move the player. Alright, that actually works. Alright, good enough. Go. Move. Okay, we can't be in a half block. Move the player. Alright, it looks like we have a land bridge. Move the player. Micro jumping, no good. It's getting very old. Very old and very boring. Jump. Bed, sleep. Alright, we're going too far in the wrong direction. I'd like to see this end. I'd like to see a way. Move the player. Nice jump. Glad the button did nothing again. I'll eat food first. Dave Grohl. Jumping. There are times that this biome is okay or tolerable. This is not that time. There is no... Okay, now we're getting a little bit of forward momentum. I was saying there's no forward momentum. I'd like to see an exit. I'd like to see this biome end. Alright, traversable, that is fine. We're jumping. We need to be over more. Move the player. There we go. Okay, that wouldn't have been that would have just been minor injuries. Kind of like that. And go. Move the player. Maybe that's a come on. But I don't... Okay, move the player. Move the player. Just get out of the biome. Or make it traversable. We know these can be traversable. end? No, I don't. But do I see a possibility? Perhaps. That was a stupid jump. Alright, at least at this point it's traversable. Move the player. Nice jump. Okay, let's move the player. Good. Now we have a full health bar and jump and recover from damage. Nice jump. Need to be jumping. Jump time. As usual, fighting any chance of moving where we need to. Jump the player. Now move the player. Alright, stick. Jumping. Okay, here we go. Eat. Sleep. and now we're finally moving again. So a little under 7,000 left for that milestone. And every time I mention it, it has to throw something in my face, don't it? Village. And we need 2 beds. Yep, we can move the player along. Stick. And you are not helpful. And alright, we get those. Actually, more. Okay, no Smithy there. Smithy there. Wow, that really helped a ton, didn't it? Okay, that would have been another minor pitfall, and we can move the player. out means not as useful. Nice jump. I press the jump button. Again, exact same spot as the first jump, and it didn't take the second time. And jumping. Nice jump. And we're going to start doing that crap now. Okay, you know what I'd like is to be able to move in the correct direction. Nice jump. Again. Nope. I like to press jump and jump happens. That'd be good. No, how about we jump? Jump. Jump. Okay, now we let the player move. Jumping. No, you're micro jumping again. Not acceptable. Move the player. You know what? Let's not move the player right now. Bed. Sleep. No sleep yet. Sleep. Jumping. Gee, that was a pretty good little run there. Nice jump. over here. Over here. Jumping. And we can't move. Not that way. Or over here. Jumping. Moving. Let's check our coal count. It's decent, but what isn't. Yep, both. Nice jump. Now let's try doing it with jump button after we eat. Let's try jump button. Ooh. So that's what happens when jump button does its thing. It's going entirely in the wrong direction. Jumping. Yep, break it. Alright, so this goes here, that goes there. Move the player. Too far. Move the player the other way. There you go. we got a goal, so let's just throw everything at us so we don't make it. Or if we do, just barely. Here. Up here, because we have a launch point that we can, yeah, if we missed, we could have been one more to the right. Same thing, would have wound up in the same spot where we could have done this. And go. Nice jump. Glad the jump button worked again. Oh, that was a horse. Thought I saw a spider there. Alright, let's... Place. Not exactly the way I want it to go, but that's okay. That's nothing major there. We should be able to make it. We got a while to go. Being that I'm doing this earlier than usual, I can actually... There's still daylight, so I can actually see the timer without turning the light on. And we'll go this way and get burned. Why not? And that's exactly what happened. Oh, no! It was hiding. Alright, it's just adding on. But this doesn't look like, and it might prove me wrong, that it's going to be too much. Yeah, it actually does. Why? Because why be easy when you can... No, we're going to move the player now. We're moving the player. No, we're not swimming. No, we want to do it the old-fashioned way. Whoa, okay. That was fine. Okay, move the player. Okay, it did. Only need a couple beds, so. So I think it might need 3. Two. All right, we did need 2. Okay, that's full count. Oh, there's a smithy. Are we gonna actually have a good one now? Move the player. Move the player. That's a good haul. That's a good haul. And okay. Another golden apple. Let's see. Yeah, we got 2 slices of bread in there, loaves of bread. So we'll just slightly waste one so we can grab the other 2 and come out even. Yeah, there's no way around it. So, boat, place. That's just a death pool over there, so head this way. player. A little more this way and we'll be fine. Stick. Well, we actually made that and I wasn't prepared. Can't move anyway. Break. Perhaps breaking it means to break. The player. How about moving the player, right? Place blocks, I'm moving player. Move the player. Yeah, kind of a good run there. Jumping, jumping, jumping. Wasn't swinging the sword, I was jumping. Big difference. And place. The ball or gold blocks. All right. Getting close. 2,000 blocks away. Just a hair more, but 2,000. Now ever so slightly less. Yep. 62. So we need one more wool. And we got the 63 that we need. So we don't need any more sheep till we... Thanks for jumping! Glad the jump button did its job again, per usual. Meaning it didn't... If that were a pit of death... The way things have been going, I'm surprised it hasn't been. Yep, and exit. How about blank space? Now realign and go. Well, since we're being thrown a mountain in our face again, we might as well just go stop here and climb it. At least it's not one of those, jumping. Jumping. Probably should be jumping when jump button's pressed. Magic button that should do the jumping. Alright, let's just go this way. Brake. Alright, so not terribly bad. Nope, we're not stooping, we're moving the player. Jumping. Sometimes that 2-block gap, I can just hit it just right and be able to do it. You know, the double jump. And... brake. Just brake. Simple thing. Oh, whatever. We'll junk it when we get to that point. I know we're just gonna pick junk up later, but if we can get rid of it now, good. And jumping! Yay! Jumping button. Makes the player jump. Yeah, I hit my head. That's what caused that stoppage. Nope, not ducking, moving. Nope, not ducking. Gotta be moving. If there were monsters there, we didn't want to be around for them. And that was a Dave Grohl. And that was a Dave Grohl. And this is going over a land bridge. which worked. Yeah, we're gonna move the player now. Place. I don't know if that's going to be a good or a bad thing going that way, so... being where the X, I mean the Y, or Z should I say, is relatively 0. That didn't hurt. Well, it's crap. Might as well just go for it. Nice jump. Now we should jump when jump is pressed. And that was weak. How about we jump when I press the jump button? I like that one. Break. Move. I'm not sure if there's a... Okay, I just missed the ravine, which is good. Okay, again, that would have been just a bit of a Dave Grohl. Alright, not a fan of where I'm at right now. Three more sleeps after this one. Go. Really? I'd like to be moving. Brake. We're jumping. To be moving the player at this point. And move the player. Usually these aren't as annoying as it's being right now. Oh, we got thunderstorms. Well, we wasted a bed. And move the player. Oh, I don't like this. This is where duck is needed. Well, move the player. Move the player. Now we duck. Alright, we have a clear shot to the water. We're swimming. always put us in the wrong positions. This way. Stone count 21. Seriously? Oh, okay. Could have been worse. We wouldn't have died, but it would have been in a bad spot, and we placed the boat. So close to that, less than $1 million to go. See if I can stop at the exact count. Nope, I didn't. 7388608 was $1 million to go. We overshot by 2, so we are now officially less than 1 million blocks away from the final traversable block. We got 3 more sleeps that we can do before time is up. We will not be able to get 1% of that distance covered, but anything is good. Especially when we have ocean, which is the second fastest way in our objective. Building ice roads in the Nether is counterintuitive, because the time to build that will be more, that will take more time and travel far less distance than just going there, like we're doing right now. Can we get around it till rain stops? Yes, we can. And move the player. Ho-ho! You cannot move the player. Probably don't want to move the player right now. 2 to go. Go. Let's just go this way. 7390 kilometer block. Less than 10,000 to the 7.4 million mark, and no, we don't need to be there, which we will not reach in the end of this episode. Because even if we got the Goldilocks of progression, it just will. It's just too much distance, too little time. And again, wrong position. To press jump and jump where it happened. And it just took off on its own. Oh, I missed that bug where I just had to slide the joystick up and it would move. Too bad that was a bug. Village. No, actually we didn't need to do that. Junk building. Junk building. Those are usually empty, right? Yeah, they are. I don't know why they even have them. How about the block I'm touching? Of course. Alright, just move the player. Alright, you know what? That's a project. Junk building. Brake. Brake. Perhaps the brake button means braking. Jump, jump, jump. Gone. We need a few more beds. This was a little challenging to get to. Damn it, that's a useless ability. Nope. Nope. I can't use you. Can't use you either. I have one bread. If I had a half a drumstick, I could eat one, and then I would have enough empty space to trade away an emerald for some bread. But that's not a thing. And move the player. And jumping. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, wrong way. Wrong way. So there's a little better. Sometimes I forget which way's which. Sometimes it even leads to me going the wrong way and erasing some progress. Not to head in the direction we need to head. Closer to zero, the less glitchy it gets, so to speak. You know, we had land over here. Let's just play it safe. Actually have an episode where we don't die. I mean, that's still a possibility of happening. One more sleep. Yeah, I'm not willing to risk it right now. We got wood over there if we were to croak, probably some animals, rather than be out in the middle of the ocean. And yeah, I just don't feel like risking it right now. We made what we wanted to, is getting to less than 1 million blocks from the last traversable block at 7 million, no, at 8,388,806, 8388608. Ain't that pretty? Well, I'm not gonna like it dark because it's not worth dying over, so. Last sleep. The next one is game over for the week. Yeah, 1,260 blocks in on this 3790 kilometer block. Absolutely no way we would get there to the 7.4 million before the next sunset, which will be the end of this episode. to say, as boring as this is, it is the second fastest way of getting to hopefully where we're going to at least get to, which is that last traversable block. The last negative column of blocks being we're on the x-axis heading west towards the negative numbers. Alright, so the final few minutes of this episode. To 5,000 into the 7390 kilometer block. Looks like it. I don't see the outline of the sun yet. halfway through this 73-90 kilometer block. See, we went with very little resistance and with just one sleep, which is this one, before we call it good for the day. For the day and for the episode, just no way that we could get to 7.4. Seems to be a little less hilly over here, heading towards the 256 in this direction. But of course it then mountains up anyway. Oh. Yeah. The player and move the player. And move the player. Let's just do this. Alright, a little bit of damage, but okay, we could use a little moving of the player. Doesn't have to be beautiful, just has to be. Brake. Place. Not what I said. That's what I said. Brake. Alright, not what I wanted really. Too dark. So 7,395,558. This is One Way, Georgia 551 saying, hope you enjoyed and have a good one.